Show me.
Even a first-time viewer can watch a few martial arts movies and recognize the level of talent that all the performers on screen have. From classic kung fu films to Thai action, even cheesy American films, these are some of the most talented martial artists in the world. But not all of them have put their skills to the test. That is reserved for the few that both dazzle us on screen and terrify their opponents in the ring. Here are 5 movie martial artists who fought competitively. Number 5, Joe Toslin. Joe Toslin raided his way into our collective consciousness as Captain Jaka in The Raid Redemption, where he put up a good fight against Mad Dog until Mad Dog snapped his neck.
KO!
Since then, he has maybe been the most successful person from that movie. He's played a few bad guys in the Fast and Furious franchise as well as Star Trek, and is one of the lead characters in the critically acclaimed series Warrior. He is the lead in the much beloved film The Night Comes For Us, and is the villain in a very underseen film called The Swordsman. But his most famous role is, of course, as the face of the Lin Kuei Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat. But long before he was freezing off Jax's arms, he was tossing people around in judo. At 10 years old, Joe was introduced to martial arts by his father. He studied taekwondo, wushu, and judo before sticking with the latter. 6 years later, Joe Toslin joined the Indonesia judo national team, where he competed from 1997 to 2009. He took home gold at the Southeast Asia Judo Championships in Singapore in 1999, silver at the Southeast Asian Games in 2007, and gold again at the Indonesia National Games in 2008. That judo throw right there, that's a gold medal judo throw. Number 4, Chuck Norris. When our next entry does push-ups, he's actually pushing the world down. He even won a game of Connect 4 with just 3 moves. But he also got his neck snapped by Bruce Lee, so, you know, he's not that great.
KO!
Yes, Chuck Norris did not get his reputation of being one of the most badass people you could ever tell a joke about by, you know, starring in Good Guys Wear Black or The Octagon or Missing in Action. Maybe for starring in Walker, Texas Ranger. That's entirely possible. Because none of those jokes are funnier than this.
Walker told me I have AIDS.
No, that reputation came from being maybe one of the best karate fighters to ever exist. I mean, Fumio Demura is great. I love, Fumio Demura, but I don't think he actually ever, fought competitively. Chuck Norris got his start in judo and tang sudo while he was stationed in Korea. Chuck Norris's very first fight was way back in 1964 in Salt Lake City. And he lost. And based on a few sources I found, he lost, and he lost, and he lost, and some sources said that he lost like his first 3 tournaments, and some sources said that he lost like his first 10 fights. I don't know if that is equal to the exact same thing. The only thing I could figure out was a bunch of sources just agreed that he lost a handful of his first fights. But if that's the case, he lost all of those first 10 fights, and then he never lost again. His career ended with a record of 168 wins, 10 losses, and 2 draws. With the wins came championships. Seeing as it's very hard to find solid information on his accolades for some reason, I'm not going to list off championships, but there's a lot of them, apparently, according to different sources. He essentially just won championships, and then kept winning championships, and then won another championship, and then more championships, and then probably some more championships, up until he retired in 1974. Nonetheless, 168 wins is extremely impressive.
Walker told me I have AIDS. Number
3, Jason David Frank. From the gritty and gruesome B-movies of Chuck Norris to the family-friendly, wholesome Saturday morning Power Rangers of Jason David Frank. Frank first entered the public consciousness as Tommy Oliver, the evil Green Ranger whose powers were given to him by Rita Repulsa before the Power Rangers broke the evil spell and he joined the team, before losing his powers and then becoming the White Ranger. And then all the Rangers lost their powers and he became the Red Zeo Ranger, before for some reason those powers didn't actually go away. They were just given new, stronger powers in Turbo, so he became the Red Turbo Ranger, and then they gave those away and he disappeared, because all those other Rangers didn't want to be on the show anymore. And then he came back about, 6 years later and was the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. The man has been in a lot of Power Rangers, but he's also one bad mother. Jason David Frank began training at the age of 4 under Louis D. Casamassa, the father of Chris Casamassa, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. I learned something with this. During his time as a ranger, he began exploring various forms of martial arts so that he could form his own style that encompassed various forms of combat. He created Toso Kundo, which, from what I understand, is kind of like a traditional karate meets mixed martial arts. I couldn't find any karate competitions or anything like that, but from what I found, he took some Muay Thai fights in 2006, winning the gold medal in Master Toddy's full contact Muay Thai. And from what I understand, Toddy is a very big name in the Muay Thai world. But of course, JDF has some MMA experience under his belt. He's tested his teachings in the cage to some pretty good success. Jason David Frank went 4-0 as an amateur with 1 KO, 1 TKO, and 2 submission victories, before taking his one and only professional fight and winning via rear naked choke. If we could somehow work Tommy being a cage-fighting science teacher Power Ranger into the plot of a TV movie, I would really appreciate that. Number 2, Billy Chow. Billy Chow is one of the best bad guys in Kung Fu cinema. Whether he is, a powerful henchman or the big baddie, you really just don't want to mess with Billy Chow. But before he was giving Jet Li, Sammo Hung, Yuan Biao, or Jackie Chan problems on screen, he was kicking people's asses in the ring. I couldn't find his intro to martial arts or anything like that, or, super early competitions, I guess, for him. I saw that maybe he did some Taekwondo fights, maybe won a championship, I'm not entirely sure, but he made his mark with kickboxing. Before Billy Chow got to slug it out with Sammo Hung and Eastern Condors, he won the Canadian Lightweight Kickboxing Championship in 1982. He then went on to win the WKA Welterweight Championship, which he held from 1984 to 1986. He fully retired in 2007 after taking one more match at the age of 49, which he lost by split decision, ending his professional kickboxing career with a record of 45 wins and 8 losses, 32 of those victories coming by way of knockout. I can't confirm this, but I saw on one source that several stars like Jet Li and Sammo Hung said that they trained with Billy Chow doing some light sparring and that they'll never do that again. Again, I can't confirm that that's true, but it's fun to think about. Number 1, Don the Dragon Wilson. After a short stint on the soap opera General Hospital, Don the Dragon Wilson began his film career that many of us movie nerds mostly know him from. His first film, Blood Fist, was a tremendous success and led to numerous sequels and countless more films in a film career that has landed him 62 on-screen credits and B-movie fame that made him one of the hottest names on the blockbuster shelves. But of course, his professional career began in the ring. Don didn't grow up a martial artist. He was a star athlete in high school playing football and basketball until after graduation, his younger brother, much smaller than him, challenged him to a sparring match, thinking, you know what, I've got a lot of weight on my younger brother, let's see what happens. And then his younger brother, who was a martial artist, kicked his ass, and Don Wilson understood that actually being trained in martial arts is actually really useful. In 1972, Don began his training in Goju Ryu Karate and Pai Lum Kung Fu. In 1974, he took his first fight. By 1979, he won the PKA US Middleweight Championship. In 1980, Don won the WKA Light Heavyweight World Championship. This would be his first world title. Later in 1980, he won his second world title, the Star Light Heavyweight Championship. look, I know I'm just kind of listing off things he did for this entry, but Don the Dragon Wilson did a lot. I'm not going to sum it up in a big speech. I'm just going to list it here. And so I've still got more to go because Don the Dragon Wilson was that good. I wish his movie career was that good. But his fight career was incredible. In 1982, he won the WKO World Light Heavyweight title. In 1983, Don won the Kick World Light Heavyweight title. And later in the year added the WKA World Cruiserweight title. In 1984, Don won Super Light Heavyweight World title in both the WKA and Star organizations. He very easily also found his way onto the Official Karate and Black Belt Magazine Hall of Fames. Soon after, he began his film career, and I'm probably still leaving off championships. Something fun I learned from this, his fight career did not end with him becoming an actor, because he returned to the fight world in 1999 with 2 more fights in 2000 and 2002. He ended his career with 72 wins, 5 losses, and 3 no contests. I believe it is 46 of those wins came by knockout, and 6 were definitely head kick knockouts. The man is highly regarded as one of the greatest kickboxers in history in the entire world, and, you know, I've said a few bad things, mostly in my review of his movie Black Belt, and I guess I'll just never speak badly of him again, because I'm afraid of him. But what do you think of these 5 movie martial artists who used to compete for real? One of them, I guess, was a TV martial artist who then went on to compete for real, which is pretty crazy. But tell me all your thoughts on that. Tell me some other people that you think I should talk about that, you know, there's definitely more. I was originally going to do this on like 10 people, but I figured that there's, you know, plenty of room to just keep talking about others if you guys enjoyed that. So tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Head over to Facebook, there is the Martial Arts Film Freak Facebook page, Instagram Martial Arts Film Freak, and Tristan_Glover on the Twitter. Also, Martial Arts Film Freak on TikTok. Did I say that? I don't know. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.